Hi everyone, my name is Marianne, and today I'll be sharing with you how my passion for education and my resilience through a personal struggle converge to make my story of power, which is our theme for today. So in 1988, my life takes root in the Philippines, and I'm the second child born to young, loving parents. I immigrate to the US at 5 years old, and once I'm here, I feel the need to assimilate quickly, so I do. I'm learning English, I'm losing my Tagalog, and we have to keep moving again and again, so I'm changing schools and changing homes. My roots feel like they're weakening as I'm figuring out where I belong. The first time I notice inequity in education is during high school. I'm in the honors and magnet classes, and my teachers are strong. They get to know us, they encourage us to do our best, and they hold us accountable. Meanwhile, I'm also working as a peer tutor at my high school in remedial math classes, and I watch my peers, who I know to be brilliant and hardworking, sit in classes where their teachers don't teach. How are students supposed to learn if teachers don't teach? And how is it that the quality of my education is vastly different than that of my peers in the exact same school? In 2007, I leave Los Angeles to attend UC Berkeley, and there I continue to see inequity in education. I'm working in after-school programs, and I also work in a continuation high school in Oakland with students who are officially or almost officially adults. And in my mind, I'm thinking, like, how did all of these students slip through the cracks? I want to do so much more, and I don't fully know it at the time, but advocating for self-determination and providing a high-quality education are so intertwined. Now, as I'm falling in love with empowerment in my feminist studies and social welfare classes at UC Berkeley, I get caught in a web of contradictions and intersecting biases in my own personal relationship. I am not the passive and quiet Asian woman that he wants me to be. He says he loves me, but why does it feel so toxic? Is he really looking out for my safety when he's trying to control what I wear and who I talk to? Through his eyes, seeing me tell his brother that he has crumbs on his face turns into me flirting with his brother, and now he's calling me a disgusting whore. Everything I do is under a microscope, everything. And I can't even put on eyeliner without being accused of trying to lure other people in. All of the arguments and the constant accusations are further weakening my sense of self. I wish I had a model of a healthy relationship, and I wish he had that too. In a healthy relationship, you set boundaries with each other and you respect them. You have a strong understanding of what you will and what you will not endure within a relationship. I didn't think I would have to set boundaries around abuse, and I didn't exactly know what was normal and what was not normal in relationships. One time when I called the police after one of his episodes, even the officer was trying to tell me, you know, it's not supposed to be like this. I knew I had to end it soon, but it was easier said than done. I'm pregnant. Neither of us is ready. I have to be. I lay asleep in bed after a long and emotional day. We haven't stopped arguing since I found out I was pregnant 2 days ago. He comes home from a night of drinking with his best friend. He comes into my room, turns off the light, and wakes me up to tell me how terrible of a mother I'm going to be. I want to stand up for myself, but I know where that leads. I try to leave the room, and he won't let me. I push myself to the door, and he won't open the door. He closes the door, pushes me away, and pushes me in the stomach onto the bed. I struggle and struggle to get up, but he won't let me. I give up, I cry, and I block him out mentally. Eventually, he gets off me, leaves the room, and leaves me with bruises and a cut lip. I take my things, and I leave him in my apartment while I go to a friend's house to sleep. The next day, I come home, and In his mind, he did nothing wrong, and he was justified in everything he said and did to me. I, unfortunately, will never forget that night or the others. In 2011, I give birth to my daughter, and he tells me, anyone can become a mother, it doesn't make you special. I think to myself, I am a mother. I am special. I'll forgive him one day. I know he has his own trauma to process, and I tried to be there for him. My daughter is turning 6 months old. I'm a first-time teacher, a single mother, and a grad student, trying to figure out how to get my breast milk to my daughter between work and night classes, finish all of my lesson plans, call a student's parent, finish my midterm paper, and somehow get in some sleep. Luckily, I have my family here to also support, and they're here today. But through all of this, I just think about my daughter, and I'm doing my best to be a strong mother and a strong teacher, and I'm effectively masking my shame and need for help with untangling what I've been through. How did I let him hurt me like that? What's wrong with me? I want to do so much. I want to be strong, and I want to be happy because I have my daughter who looks up at me every day, and I just want to make sure I pull through for her. In 2013, as my daughter is turning 2, Comienza, which is the school I work in now, becomes more than my place of work. I find a support system and a career that I'm passionate about. And this place is special. I think I realized it early on. My interview is at the principal's house, and I'm literally sitting on her couch answering questions about how I worked hard to overcome an obstacle in my life. I leave that interview thinking I'm not going to get the job and feeling like I just sat through a therapy session. Well, I got the job. And one of the things we focus on in our teacher development sessions is that the work of teaching is so personal. Because in order to become a strong teacher, you have to know your triggers and your biases. You have to examine what you've been through and what you believe. Because when left unexamined, your biases manifest into the way that you treat children in your classroom. So to become a stronger teacher, I had to unpack the abuse. I had to hold up the mirror and think about what I'd been through. And before coming to Comienza, I would have moments in the classroom when students were doing what they naturally do. They were testing boundaries. And in those moments, I should set expectations and hold students to those expectations. But instead, in my mind, I went into a rabbit hole of thoughts. What are you doing? You're a terrible teacher. You're letting these kids walk all over you too? Now, because of the reflection I've done, I'm able to be in those moments and keep my focus on my students, and my focus is on providing them what they need. By allowing myself to really reflect back on my experiences and going through my teacher development sessions all at the same time, I'm now able to see my own strength and my own resilience. And I see it in and out of the classroom. I feel like I'm a stronger mother and a stronger teacher because of it all. And as I work to prepare our students for success in college and life, I think back on my own challenges during that time. I want my students to have the skills that would have been helpful for me in that time. I think deeply about nourishing their sense of self and capacity to think critically, advocate for help, and problem solve. I want to give back to the school community everything they've given me and more. The shame and guilt that came from my experience with abuse was crippling. And over time, and with the right support, I was able to stop masking and actually confront the shame. I now see that I'm a stronger person because of the pain, and my resilience is the part of me that I'm most proud of. There's so much power in confronting the darkest parts of ourselves because only then are we able to heal. My power lies inside me, ready to love, enact change, and help our students and their families in telling and shaping their stories. I'm a mother, I'm an educator, I'm a Filipino woman, I'm an immigrant. I am powerful because I am me. And simultaneously becoming a mother and educator pushed me to become my best self in service of others. I write this letter to my daughter as a representation of my hopes for her and the students I'm lucky to serve. Dear Leanne, becoming your mom has been my biggest blessing. If nothing else, my sole purpose in life is to ensure that you understand and take pride in who you are and believe within your bones that you can do anything you set your mind to. There will be people who do not see beyond your physical beauty and never get the opportunity to know your brilliance and your heart. There will be people and systems that will discourage you from dreaming big. There will be people who will harm you emotionally, physically, or spiritually. The world that you and I inhabit can be a scary place. Yet, somehow, when I watch you sleep at night, I know that these harsh realities will never overpower our resilience. I cannot control everything that life places on your path, but I know that as your mother, I will do everything in my power to protect you and give you a safe space to make mistakes and learn from them. I will always walk on your path alongside you, reminding you of your brilliance and your values. I will continually develop myself to be able to give you the tools and guidance you need to navigate this world. Leanne, you are my world. I am privileged to be your mother. Never ever forget the power that you have inside of you. Love, Mommy. Thank you.